The Equality Mentorship Program is designed for folks who identify as underrepresented minority. So at Salesforce, we define that as Black, Latinx, or Indigenous. And so, it's one thing to talk about the program, but I'm excited because I actually have someone here with me who has experienced this program firsthand. So I'm very excited to have Antonia Nunley join me, who is a return Future Force intern. She's on our software engineering team interning this summer, and she participated in the program last year virtually. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited you're here because again, like I said, I think it's one thing to, just kind of talk about the program at a high level, but it's so much more impactful just to hear about your experience firsthand. And so to kind of dive in, as I mentioned, you're a return intern. And so last year you experienced our virtual internship. So I'm so curious to know, now that you've been here for a couple of weeks, how has the program been different for you, or what has your experience been like since coming in person in San Francisco?
Yeah, it's been amazing, actually. So last summer about this time, I was working in my room, networking through Slack, networking through Google Meets, which was always really fun. But it's like amazing the fact that I've met so many interns already, only like 2 weeks in. We all come into the office together, we chat, we get snacks because there are great snacks. We go out to lunch together, so it's really fun to be able to network in person and like a lot quicker. So I'm having a bunch of fun already.
That's awesome. And so shout out to the interns that are in San Francisco. Antonia will give you tips on snacks and where to eat for lunch.
Yes, definitely.
In the San Francisco office. Awesome. Well, diving into the program, because like we mentioned, you participated in this last year. And so I'm curious to know, how did the participating in the program impact your internship experience?
Yeah, so I did it because initially, I wanted to meet people who were like me, minorities, maybe felt a little underrepresented. So I decided to give it a try. It would be a really good way for me to network outside of my team, since that's I found it a little bit more difficult being remote. A lot easier this summer, but still. It was really nice to meet someone who wasn't on my team, but still in my field, so that way I could kind of bounce ideas off of them, become a better communicator, become a better presenter. So that's initially why I did it. It became so much more than that. I actually got a friend out of it. Like, we still chat to this day. It was really a good experience. I was able to bounce ideas off of him for demo days and things like that. So I learned a lot, not only professionally, but just as a person in general.
Oh, that's so good to hear. And I think that is a value of the program, is that in addition to this one-to-one mentorship relationship, you also get the chance to do this alongside your peers who are going through a similar experience as you throughout the summer, so you can make those connections. Yeah. That's really exciting to hear that you got that from the program. But let's talk about your mentor. So you got matched with Glenn, who is a senior director on our security team. And I'm curious to know, how did, connecting with Glenn, what value did he add as a mentor, and what are some examples of things that you were able to bring to him that he was able to help support you with?
Yeah, so I really got lucky that Glenn is also in security, since I'm a security engineer, intern. So it was really nice that I could offer, I could ask him questions about the things that I was working on, and I wouldn't have to go too in-depth because he could understand some of it. But when it came to demo days, I would show my presentation and he could tell me if I was a little too high level or a little too low level for what I was presenting to. So he really helped me with that. Our conversations were not always completely just work, right? We would bounce different Netflix shows, different podcasts off of each other. I tell him that I still listen to podcasts that he recommended today. He is always open to talk. Like, when we first started, when I onboarded 2 weeks ago, he was the second person after my manager, of course, that I Slack messaged to let them know that I was back.
Wow.
And we instantly set up a one-on-one. So it was really nice to be able to talk to him. And we've stayed in contact from last summer. We email, we still message all the time. So it's really nice to have someone that's already here, that I already knew, that still works in the field that I do. So it's really good to learn from him, but not on my team. So it's like a bigger expansion on security, and so I'm learning a lot from him still.
Sounds like you were able to expand your network quite a bit, in addition to him offering those insights and perspectives within our security work.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But I have to know, not to put you on the spot, but what was the podcast that he recommended?
It was the Brene Brown podcast. I love it. I still listen to it today.
Is that Daring, what is it called?
Oh
trying to think of the
man,
name.
it's like Beyond something.
Being bold or something.
Being Bold with Brene Brown.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, she does interviews and they're really interesting.
We'll have to post that in Slack somewhere
Yeah,
so folks
definitely.
can access it. That is a great podcast. Thanks for sharing with us.
Of course.
Okay, and I think another thing that's really cool about the mentorship program is in addition to the benefit that your mentor provides you as a mentee, you also impact your mentor. So what is an example of, or can you share just about how you've been able to impact Glenn as your mentor?
Yeah, so I really liked that the program last summer, we had kind of all group meetings where we kind of talked about what our theme would be that month. So Glenn and I, we agreed that we would like come to our meetings with a few questions for each other. So I would ask him like maybe a professional question about what he did in a situation in the workplace, and then he would do the same for me. But I really saw my impact on him this summer in the first week.
Wow.
He told me in our one-on-one that he had an intern this summer, which was really exciting.
Cool.
So he actually asked for my input on what my manager did that I really enjoyed. So it was really nice that I got to tell him exactly what my manager did as a manager, not a mentor, right, in my internship, so that way he could help his intern have the same experience that I did. And that's why I came back. So.
That's amazing, because I do believe that mentorship is a two-way street, you know, and in the way that your mentor benefits you by sharing their professional experience, you also, like you said, can mentor, or you also can have an impact on your mentor by sharing your unique perspective, and I think that's a really cool way that mentors can be mutually beneficial to both the mentee and the mentor.
Definitely.
That's so cool. Okay, so I have another question for you. So as we, head into our summer, I know you're already a few weeks in, and with your experience from last year, what are you most excited about this summer?
This summer? Oh man, there was so much last summer that I did from my bedroom, so I can't even imagine what we're gonna do this summer. But in specific, last summer we had a really fun cooking day where we got to cook together and we got aprons. So I'm sure there's gonna be something just as extravagant and as fun. The VTO opportunities, I can't even imagine what we're gonna do this summer, but I'm really looking forward to those. Finding a way to do volunteering with my interns that I've met in the office and the new ones that are coming in. I'm so excited for things like that. I can't wait.
Yes, well, you're definitely on the right track. I don't know if we have a cooking event, but we love food here at Future Force. So there's always food at
always.
Nearly all of our events. So absolutely. I hope you have an incredible summer. And thank you so much just for sharing your experience with the mentorship program. Again, I think it's one thing to talk about it, but to really hear from someone who's experienced the program gives a lot more insight into just the value that this does have throughout the internship. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
excited too.